What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we have a really fun deck for you all. And this is something that I think about when, well, just talk about the deck building process for a second. Because there's times where we kind of get caught up trying to build a thing that doesn't work. And then you kind of go through different iterations and, then it gets abandoned. For one reason or another, it just doesn't get your attention. It doesn't feel like it'll work. Maybe you play it, doesn't work out. But then sometimes there's an old idea that creeps back up, and then you start thinking, what if we combine the two? What happens then? And that's sort of where we are today. This started kind of with putting together an Azorius Flyers deck, right? Because we played one over each of the last few seasons and it actually worked out okay. But with the current metagame and the cards that are available, it just wasn't cutting it. And then I came back around to, well, what if we take black and add it in? And this is partly because during one of the streams, we had somebody mention like, hey, remember that Alayla deck you made last season? Can you update that? And then updating that actually didn't really work. But then I was like, well, wait, if we combine different parts, there might be something here. And then cruising around the internet, I was like, let me see what other people have done with Alayla this season. And then there were a few ideas from there. And then we kind of like put it all in a pot. We made a big stew. And then it was like, we're down just having some gumbo in Louisiana. Everybody's at the table and we all now get to have fun. And by the way, if you've never been to one of those big crawfish boils or shrimp boil or crab boil or whatever your seafood is of choice, you really need to do it sometime. It's super fantastic. Find a spot in your area and go to it. Even if it's not authentic, you're still going to have a damn good time. Anyway, we're now talking about food. Let's go take a look at this deck. Alright, first things first, we're playing a crap ton of Flyers because that's kind of the benefit of this deck. You don't have a lot of things that pump each other or whatever, but if you have enough Flyers and your opponent doesn't have enough blockers, well, that's going to be a way for you to get to the finish line. So this is what we're working on with this list. So we're starting at the top with 2 Shael, and we have Dean Ambrose as the backside, which isn't bad, but let's be honest and just say you're often not going to play the backside of this. Right? Occasionally it will come into play, but not really. It's not a thing we want more often than not. We're mostly playing it for the front side to have the flyer and hopefully get to pump the rest of our team. Then we're playing Lofty Denial because, well, if you have a bunch of flyers, it's kind of the best counter you can play. It's much better than playing Mystical Dispute unless you just know there's going to be a lot of blue decks in the format. But generally speaking, this card's going to get most of the work done we need it to. Skycat Sovereign, it's a 2-mana flyer. It gets bigger for each other flyer. And you get to make more flyers, which does matter in a lot of matchups, believe it or not. Watcher of the Spheres. Now, Watcher of the Spheres' ability that's really good is that it makes other things cheaper. And that's actually really important in this list. The fact that it gets bigger for every flyer is just kind of a bonus, but doesn't really come into play that often. Every once in a while it'll matter, but usually you want that cost reduction, which is why you're playing it. We are playing 4 Humiliates. This is another way that we can pump our creatures, but most importantly, it buys us the time we need, avoiding sweepers, getting rid of key removal cards, getting rid of big threats that may be bigger than we can handle. So it's doing a few different things for this. We decided to go with the removal of choice being Vanishing Verse. And I kind of debated a little bit on if I wanted this to be like a Heartless Act or something like that. And what I decided is, in a lot of cases, there's stuff like Blade Historian we can't kill, or Winota. But there are a lot of things we can get rid of with this, and it exiles them. And the more I thought about it, we're seeing a lot of like mono white aggro, mono white life gain, mono red, right? And being able to just exile, say like an Anax or a Heliod or whatever, is more important than other cards that either destroy or can't kill the things we need to. And we have Humiliate and Lofty Denial also doing a little bit of work to keep some of those threats away from us anyway. So this is why we chose to go with that. We have 4 Elite Spellbinders. We've said it before, I'll say it again, probably one of the best, if not the best, new white card to come along out of Strixhaven. And then we're playing a couple copies of Linvala because 3/3 for 3, it flies, and the ability is totally relevant to protecting the rest of your team. Then we're playing Raven's Warning because this is one of the few decks I found where this card actually makes a whole lot of sense. I found a couple of spots, but this is one where, making the flyer is good, getting the life is good, getting to draw cards, getting to get something from outside the game, and we have Archon of Sun's Grace, which also works with enchantments. So that gets you a bonus here. Also be aware that we're not playing a lot of enchantments, and I'm fully aware of that, though we're playing the Arcana Sun's Grace. However, it is a 3/4 creature. It does fly, it does have lifelink, and sometimes gets bonuses from other cards. So that all is a reason to still continue playing it, even if we're not getting a bunch of 2/2s off of it. So we're trying it out to see how it works, but, you know, we may make changes. Then we have one Dramatic Finale, mostly because it does cost 4 white or black mana. We are going to have some times where we have some blue mana in the way, so we're not playing this on turn 4. But if we do have creatures die, we do get tokens for it, so not the worst thing ever. It's actually okay. Then we're playing Alayla. We talked about in the opener. This is a card that multiple people kind of wanted us to see back into a deck again. It does have flying, Death Touch, lifelink. It checks a lot of boxes. It pumps all your flyers. Whenever you play an artifact or enchantment, you get to make another flyer. So there's a lot of stuff happening with this card that's very nice, and it fits perfectly in this type of build. And then we're playing one Shadrick Silverquill because, well, it's a 2/5 double striking flyer, so it counts. I mean, that's kind of the reason. Now, it does have abilities that could be useful, but there's going to be times we're not even going to want to use the ability. We're just going to have it as a big double striking flyer, and that's just going to be good enough. So we'll see where it fits. And let's take a look at the lands here, because we don't have anything special going on here. It's kind of sort of what you would expect. 5 plains, 2 islands, 1 swamp, 4 of each of the pathways, and 3 fabled passages. Real simple, not trying to do anything crazy. We wanted as many lands as possible to come into play untapped so we can kind of keep the pace up and do what we need to do. But we also didn't want to miss any lands or mana on key turns. That's a big thing. So, yeah, that's it. As usual, at the end of the games, be sure, even if you don't want to watch the games, be sure to check out the back end of the video, because I'll tell you about some updates, some changes I want to make to the list so you'll understand why we're doing it and kind of what we learned from the games. And we'll have a card spotlight just from throughout Magic, so maybe you'll learn a little something that can help you out. Yeah, we keep this, right? This goes and gets a swamp, and then no. That's not good either, actually. This is the most awkward situation. Because I partly want to go get a swamp, but I also want to play a Watcher of the Spheres. So I'm going to do this with the idea in my head that the opponent's going to be playing some aggressive thing over the first couple turns. We'll get to kill with the Vanishing Verse. There you go. I mean, we probably want to kill the other thing, but we'll see. I also hope it's not like one of my decks, because I always feel weird about that. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, when you see people play one of your decks, and it's like, I don't know, you feel like you're like, weird analogy, but like, I don't know, beating up your own baby or something, you know? Alright. Damage incoming. No, they're not doing anything. I was hoping maybe they would spend some cards or something there, but... Professor of Symbology. Okay, this is a little tough because Vanishing Verse is sadly going to grow their Stonebinder's Familiar. So I might as well kill it, which sucks. Because otherwise I'm just going to turn it into a 2/2 anyway, which leaves us with a bigger creature to deal with. Which would also be more problematic down the road, so... I'm into this plan a little more. I'm going to go with Linvala here. It's a little harder to kill if they just have like Bone Crusher Giant or something. If they have like an Apparition, we can't do anything about it. But there is a possibility we could cast both of these next turn if we draw a plane. So another Stonebinder's Familiar. All right, makes sense. When they attack, we don't block. All right, come on, untap white land, untap white land. That's what we really want here. That's what the people really want. Give the people what they want. Sadly, oh, well, we got an untapped land, but it was the wrong one. And we do have to go ahead and humiliate here, I think. Mostly because, well, there's a Blade Historian. Haktos isn't our friend either. And they will have double red, double white. That's unfortunate. Oh, alright. So we would put the opponent down to 18. We would be going to 14. We could, however, block the Professor, force them to use... We wouldn't force them, but they'd be more likely to use the Bone Crusher Giant to kill off our Linvala. But then we could sacrifice the Linvala, so they still keep the 2-1, but then they wouldn't have a Bone Crusher Giant. That's weird, but it does work, technically. And that would leave us the ability to first strike one of these. I don't know. Because I want to attack here really badly, but Haktos is also going to be a pain in our rear. Alright, we're just going to pass. I'm going to hope to just draw land off the top, with both of them being plains. If we do that, then maybe we can win with these two. I don't know. Well, opponent didn't care. They just went straight up for Haktos anyway. Hey, look, I have something that costs 3. I can block a Haktos. That's awesome. Well, that worked out okay. Not anywhere near the way I intended it, but I'll take it. Alright, so if we play this, we get to get some choices, right? Beginning of combat. We can choose 2, but if we choose... We can choose 2, but we get 1, the opponent gets 1. So... We could lose life, draw a card, put a +1/+1 on each thing I control. We can give them a 2/1 Inkling with flying. We don't really care about that, right? Because we have first strikers. So yeah, let's put +1/+1s on everything. Well, crap, that doesn't do anything though, because we're gonna lose our creature to stupid Haktos. Gosh dang it. That makes me sad. Alright, we're going to choose none of them. I probably should have chosen a +1/+1, but we'll pass. Mostly because if we can get 2 creatures out next turn or something, then I'd take the +1/+1s. I think the advantage is just bigger. Well, we're never getting a Dream Trawler. And what's funny is I was kind of hoping we would have got a Spellbinder last turn and played both of these. But no such luck. I mean, we're going to block with Linvala because that's all we can do. I mean, we got to take Haktos down now before first strikers and crap show up. Yeah, I mean, there really wasn't much else for us to do there. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. We can get behind that. That's an okay little situation here. Thanks for coming by and liking the stream, y'all. We're in the middle of playing some Azorius, or not even Azorius, we're playing some Esper Flyers here. Yes, you can Bone Crusher that. That is a thing you're allowed to do. Alright, do we do anything this turn? Lose a life, draw a card. Giving them a 2/1 creature might be okay. And problem is, I know they're going to have Winota, so that makes this not good. So no attacks. I mean, as long as we can maintain a first striker, we're in somewhat okay spot in case they draw the Blade Historian. Nothing. Attack with this duder. I mean, either block or you give us a card. And we get to see what the mystery card is. Oh, the opponent does not want to give us a card and does not want us to know what that other card is. Ooh. Now I'm intrigued. If we get 2 more lands, we get a Dream Trawler. I mean, that's a long wish. Though, if that goes off, we do go get to find something that could remove a creature or whatever here. Alright, so what do we get here? We get an Archon. Ooh, Dog Pursuit wouldn't be bad either, though. I think I'm just going to take a Brazen Borrower. Just to be on the safe side of things. Oh, I don't get that. What am I doing? I always misread that card and forget what it does. It goes on top of my library. But my opponent said, whatever. I'm going to mulligan, though. I could make myself do it. I wanted to, but I couldn't. Let's put this away. We'll play this to go get, I don't know, probably an island. Nah, we're going to get it Plains. We're going to get it Plains. That makes the most sense. Mostly because we can set up having blue-white and blue-black in a couple turns if the lands fall right. Since we already have a swamp in hand. Well, see, there you go. Now let's just see how long these survive. Oh, probably not long is the answer. Nope, there's a Dorat. Alright. Not gonna lie, that's an intriguing block to make. It really is. Man. I really kind of want to block here. Because, like, I can turn... I mean, I can make a 1-1. I can draw a card. That would be next turn. I'm going to block. I'm going to block. It's probably wrong, but I'm going to block. I couldn't convince myself otherwise. And now if they have another and, like, a shock or something, whatever. Like... Or I guess I have to be another and an opt. But it does mean they're not just going to shoot our duder now. Oh, maybe they will. I do like me some Jubilant Skybinder. Not going to lie. I'm just trying to debate if I want to try to do it before or after combat. I'm going to do this first, just attack. Because if they have something, they have to have something that kills this. Yeah, that's fine. They were going to be able to use that anyway. So it doesn't really change anything. I'm kind of okay if they do. They did not. I guess they're waiting to do that. I guess with the deck we're up against, I'm kind of willing to just do this. Because I can make that big enough that it would be threatening to a dragon. Alright, opponent. What you got? I mean, I assume if you have the 2 mana thing to kill the... Or 2 damage thing to kill the Skybinder, you got to use it now, right? Oh, they didn't have it. So they have Brazen Borrower, Gold Span Dragons, Infuriates, and Dual Strikes. Well, unfortunately, our hand's not very good against the opponent for a lot of reasons. The dragon's still, like, the biggest problem, I think. So I think we just get rid of the dragon. Though they would just be able to play it in 2 turns, but nah, it's fine. If they spend their mana here, just bouncing a Skybonder, like, so be it. Alright, they just want to trade? I'm okay with that. Trade away, opponent. Trade away. Why would you do that? Like, that doesn't do anything. That is to be one of the oddest things I've seen somebody do in a while in Arena. I mean, we do this. They get to play their bounce and play their thing. All right, that's fine. Unless he just drew a counter. Yep. Sounds good. Don't hate it. Alright, so we know they have dual strike and whatever they just drew, probably. Alright, come on. Well, that's not what we were looking for. But I guess that'll do. Alright, if we can get to untap with this Sun's Grace and play... Oh, unsummon. That's fine. That's annoying, but that's not like... whatever. Alright, so now we have counter backup. Assuming that resolves, which it did. They do have a lot of mana, though, so this may not really counter anything effective. Unless we can magically get them to tap out on some things for whatever reason. Okay, let's see if we can lead with Humiliate. Don't want to run this out yet, because... Okay. Well, we know what the other card is in their hand, then. So that makes this okay to attack with. Alright, gaining life there. We're going to go ahead and play this. Okay. Yeah, I'm not blocking. Like, we're definitely winning this race, so blocking is not relevant. And this is why I don't like the versions of this that try to do all this weird dual strike trickery and stuff. It just seems like it never goes anywhere. I like the versions that play the enchantment that becomes a 3/3 or whatever. Your next instant sorcery spell mana 4 or less is copied this turn. Yeah, sure. This doesn't do anything anyway. Unleash Fury. Well, that's a problem. Okay. That's going to go all the way up to being a 12. Do you have another one? Nope. Okay. Weird. Now that we know that's a thing. But their hand's empty, so... Yeah, I was kind of thinking, do we just do this? And then just make it 5? Yeah, alright. I mean, I could have split it, so, like, if they only have that blocker. Okay, well, they're dead. I'm going to go ahead and keep this, though. If the opponent has a bunch of spot removal, this is going to be kind of rough on us, but... Oh, yep, it's definitely going to be rough on us. This is going to hurt quite a lot. Alright, not going to play anything here. Obviously, the opponent's got a Stomp or some such in hand. Oh, maybe not. It clicks right through the face. What the hell? Oh. I'm not completely sure what's going on. If I'm being real with you, I'm a little bit confused. If the Watcher dies, I'm kind of okay with it, because this grows larger and can do more stuff late game. And so I'd rather the Watcher just take the bullet here, if that's going to be a thing. Because I'm sure it is. Yep, no surprise. Alright, so in a way, I kind of want to go get against my better judgment, I'm going to get another island here. Even though I want to get a plains. Mostly so that... Oh, that sucks. So now I can't... Oh, the Archon's just going to be the better play here. I wanted to be able to counter that, but now I'm not going to have access to black mana. Shouldn't have got greedy. Shouldn't have got greedy. Damn. Damn. That sucks. Okay. Man. Okay, I'm going to lead with this. Maybe we'll still get to counter something. I mean, if they play a land, it's... I don't know. We'll see. I feel like this game still has a long way to go, so I can't be too greedy here at this early stage. Oh, they just had Frostbite. Damn. Okay. Well, I guess it was kind of good I didn't play a Layla, because I almost did that. That would have sucked. Alright, now we try? Mostly because I'm hoping we can draw a white land and play land block. Man, just getting greedy and not getting the plains I knew I should have gotten is really what's changing this game. Ah, they had another Frostbite. Golly. Because I was just thinking, man, if we already had Archon, we'd be attacking, gaining life. It'd be great. Frostbites don't do anything to it. Ugh, so sad. I mean, come on, opponent. Let's attack. Let's go. What are we doing? But man, look how much different this game would be if we already had the extra white land. We'd have been coasting right now. That is not going to get us where we want to go. Yeah. I think I cost ourselves. That sucks. I cost us, team. This is my fault. And this is one I can't put on the deck. This is a loss that's totally on me. This is not the deck's fault. I just tried to get too crafty for no reason at all. And it came back to bite me in the butt. Alright. We'll just exile this. I'm assuming that slows the opponent's turn quite a bit. Now we're going to go get that plains. We're going to play this. Hopefully this survives now. And then we'll get to play Raven's Warning and make two things. If we get an untapped land, we get to play both of these, and then we get to protect everything, and then we're really off to the races. Alright, don't care about an axe. Don't care about Bone Crusher Giant. That's fine. Alright, we're going to do this because it just makes more bodies. I'm going to play this, but it's also a body. Man, we'd already have like 9 more life, and I would not be afraid of like an Embercleave. Like I sort of am right now. Not totally, but kind of, you know. Let's say they put an Embercleave on a Nax. What is that? That's 6, 7, 14, 9. I mean, that could kill us. That would be really unfortunate. Alright, let's do this. No. Yeah, I guess we block like this. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be almost the same amount of damage, I think. Yep, we knew the Embercleave was coming, so we just take our hit. Now the plan is just draw a removal card here. That's not how you do that, deck. Well, we will get to draw a card here, so let's take care of that order of business. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, that's a thing. I kind of want to play Skycat Sovereign. I mean, play Linvala, but if we do this, we get more bodies, more blockers. This is just bigger. Okay, so that's 16 we would take. So we do have to gain some life here to not die. That is relevant. So then we want to block here. I mean, opponent's only at 14. Hold up, right? We got 9 we get to attack with next turn. We have to block with both of our life linkers, though. It's kind of the unfortunate part. Because we have to go to 18 to not die here, right? Okay. Alright, question is... can we get the removal card we need? Come on, deck. Okay. That is big. That's actually really big. And then we get something that goes on top of the library. We can get the Banishing Light. Banishing Light would allow us to... that doesn't do enough. We could Brazen Borrower. This is tough to figure out. Because we don't have enough to play the Dream Trawler. Playing an Archon is... I think we do have to take Banishing. If we take ECD, though, we get to exile 2 of those in a row and make another flyer. That might be smarter. I think that's what we want to do. For sure we want to do this. And then we want to attack for 3. I know that much. Alright. Okay. Now the cute thing is... oh, Robber of the Rich. That's annoying. The good news is it means they're not going to play another Anax, though. So that actually really does matter here. Okay. So we can block in a way that we block one of those, block here, sacrifice Linvala so nothing dies. We can exile Anax. And then have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not enough to kill the opponent next turn. But depending on what the top card is, it could be. Alright, so we block, right? Actually, no, if we're going to do that, let's block Robber. You get to block a 3. I think that's what we want to do. So that kills Robber the Rich. That kills a token. Leaves them with a 2-1. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. That's our blocks. And then we're going to exile this. And then I'm going to sacrifice this, giving my stuff indestructible. We'll take still... Oh, we can take Dream Trawler now. Yeah, this worked out. And then we'll just go ahead and get rid of Embercleave, which makes us another blocker. We get to attack. We're at 8, and I think we're good now. Wow, that was strong. That was strong. Even after I misplayed early. All the way back on like turn 3, fetching the wrong land. And came back to get it. I'm going to block anyway, since they're making a pointless attack. I'm going to make a pointless block. I'll show this just to put the nail in the coffin. And then we'll attack. Ooh, boy. That was a good one. Alright, so I have to admit, this deck was better and had more fun than it had any right to be. Now, I don't know if I would take this thing into a tournament, though you do get some pretty good options for sideboards, which is pretty neat. So maybe it's possible, but it is really fun for best of one whenever you're going to just play on the ladder. It can actually at least hold its own with quite a few decks, and you get some really epic games. The games aren't quite as fast as you would think they would be sometimes, and that's a little bit of a surprise. But we did learn that the life gain aspect of the deck, even from those Archons, was actually pretty valuable. Which that leads me to another idea, and it's that on the final list, we're actually going to trim a couple things, and we're going to go ahead and add in some staggering insights. For a few reasons. One, it makes your creatures bigger. It does also gain some life. It can draw you cards, which can help you find those extra removal or discard or counters maybe. And then it also is another enchantment that works with the Archon and works with the Laylas. So we actually like all that it does for the deck. And honestly, in deck building, it might even have been an oversight initially. So I'll have to take the L on that one. But overall, even without it, the deck worked very well. So if you're into this or you just want to try out a Layla and do something different, give it a go. It was pretty sweet. Now for the day's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Relic of Progenitus. And the reason I bring this card up is that it actually seems to still be the favored removal card in a lot of different builds I see in Commander and whatnot. And sometimes if you only get one of a card, well, you definitely want to play this alongside some others if you play against a lot of different graveyard strategies. The fun part about it though is that you can continually just have people remove stuff from their graveyards, or you can just exile everything and draw a card. And the card always tends to be between $4 and $5, it seems like, and I think there have been either 4 or 5 printings of it. So this is another one that's just like found gold sometimes whenever you're going through collections or whatnot that people just have in their bulk boxes, assuming that it's just random uncommon that nobody cares about, but it actually has a pretty significant amount of value. For today's deck, don't forget you will be able to get it in the description down below as always. And I continue to implore you to check out the other links we have in the description because we have so much stuff down there that's worth following. But most importantly, if you want to come watch on our Facebook or Twitch streams, the links are there. And you can always come by my Discord and just have a good time, talk about Magic, talk about anything really, but also get deck help if you like. And that's open to the public. You don't have to be a supporter, subscriber, or anything. And finally, don't forget, if you haven't, please, and I ask so kindly, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the notification bell. Those things really help us get seen by more people and really get the recommendation algorithm to send it out to other folks. But it also lets you be notified whenever we have a new video up. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.